Hey everyone, it's Annie
and Brady.
from the Never Growing Up podcast, a Disney Parks podcast for adults.
Thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode. Make sure you subscribe and leave a rating for us on whatever app you're joining our conversation.
And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for all of our accounts are in our show notes.
Enjoy the show! Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of Never Growing Up, a Disney Parks podcast for adults. This week we are going to talk about the makeover the castle is getting at Walt Disney World, the Disney Villains After Hours updates. They're changing some stuff up. We're going to talk about how the Guardians of the Galaxy are making a comeback to Epcot and a couple name changes there as well. And we're also going to talk about the flower and garden menus that are now available for viewing. So we're going to talk about that like we do every year. So follow along on our journey this week. That did so good. I got nervous. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Brady McCleary, also known to you guys as Brady Cam, and along with me, as always, is the one, the only, the magnificent.
Hi, it's Annie at WDW Collective. What's up?
Hi,
How's it going, baby?
guys. February is almost over.
That meme that is like January was like 3 years long, but then February's been like 3 seconds long is like no friggin' joke. I don't know
Oh
what's
yeah,
going on.
for sure, for sure. Now it's suddenly March, and
Yeah.
well, I guess we still have a week of February. I can
Yeah,
count
but it's
down.
like doesn't even count because like it goes so fast. What's wrong with this month?
Nothing. It's just making up for the extremely long January we had.
Yeah, and I mean, not I am of course always in a hurry to get to spring because it's my favorite season. But I feel like this month is maybe it's like work wise. I feel like I'm just losing time and like all of a sudden it's March and like oh my god, I'm just very stressed, very stressed. But it's cool.
You know, honestly though, for me, it can go by a little faster because the sooner we get to May, and the better.
That's true because you'll be in the park. I mean, that's true. Yeah, because you'll be in the park in May. I'll be there April.
So,
Living our hopes and dreams. Very excited.
yes. Well, welcome back, everybody. Like I said, we've got some fun things to talk about. We always like to talk about the menus. Neither of us have looked at it, as always.
As
If you're
always.
just joining us, if you're new to the show, welcome. Um, every time a new festival comes out, Annie and I go over the menus and we pick our favorites or things that we're like, meh, doesn't sound too great. I'll probably go to the next booth. And this year is going to be different. So it's just stick around, all right? We're going to go ahead and dive into the makeover that I need that the castle is getting, and I am about it.
Okay, I was about it until today. So when I was
Until
doing until
today.
today, literally till today, and maybe it's just I just didn't like read enough about it because all I did, well, just to take it back a minute. So it was announced this week, literally the day that we uploaded last week's episodes. That was kind of annoying, but it
Right?
was announced that Cinderella's Castle in Walt Disney World is getting a royal golden makeover. So I was all about it because you can see there's a plethora of accounts, including like the official Disney accounts, so Disney Parks blog, that show like it's the castle with like a golden trim.
Mm-hmm.
Looks super nice. I was very into it until today when I was doing some additional reading, getting ready for today's episode, that the top half, very similar to how Sleeping Beauty Castle looks, is going to be a rose blush pink paint.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on. I was all in on the gold because I do love gold. But like, I was like, why you gotta put the gold? Why you gotta put the pink on there, man? Like, first off, like that's looks more like uh Sleeping Beauty Castle. And that's fine. I think the makeover on Sleeping Beauty Castle is stunning and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So but like this castle's always been this sounds wrong. This castle's always been white.
Right.
That sounds wrong, and I don't mean it that way. But, like, I'm just like, "Why are you messing with the color scheme?"
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, like, I didn't know they're gonna paint it pink, like, I really like the idea
Yeah.
of the royal blue on top, as
Mhm.
it is
Just
now,
brighter, yeah.
and then, yeah, and then the rose or sorry, the gold on there.
Yeah, I'm totally into the gold. I think the gold will look super cool. I think it'll look fantastic in photos. I think it makes it pop, but, and it's only supposed to be, like, on, like, kind of the top half of the castle, the blush pink. And I'm like, "Well, how bright is this pink gonna look?" And, like but they're saying, like, the one that they put on Disney Parks blog is, like, an artist rendering, so it must have that blush pink in there somewhere. So I guess if it looks like that, then I'm on board, you know?
I don't know.
I'm
Now I don't
so
know how
nervous,
I
y'all.
feel about
Right?
it.
I know. This didn't happen till, like, literally I was researching this today because I wanted to get just, like, a little more info. Because I had some questions too that I wanted answered that we'll talk about, but, like, then I read that and I was like, "Eh, I don't know. Why?" Guys, I'm nervous.
Me
But you
too.
but you know what else made me nervous too? Because it doesn't necessarily say, like, when this construction's at or quote unquote construction, really, it's just a very cosmetic makeover. It's not as apparently in depth as the Sleeping Beauty one was, but, you always think about the people who are not as lucky as we are and who get to go all the time, and this is their one and only trip, and they're gonna have, like, all this construction. Is there gonna be, like, covering up of the castle? If you guys remember when I went to Disneyland last year when they were redoing the castle, that thing had, like, this big scrim over it, like, it looked I was very disappointed by it.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna do that with this. Like, are they gonna cover it up completely for a reveal, or are they gonna just like kind of have the scaffolding on it and just like kind of do it? I can't imagine it's gonna take very long. I mean, they do all this Halloween turnover in a freaking night, you know?
Yeah, and so and I'm hoping just because this seems like very well, sort of a minor modification. So the president of the Magic Kingdom did answer some of these questions. So I'm really glad, and we're glad to share it with you guys too. So I guess some people were asking, like, saying, like, "Oh, they're like, we really want that iconic picture, like, of our family in front of the castle. Like, is there going to be like these like weird please pardon our pixie dust things, like, up over the whole castle, like and he's saying no. He's saying there's gonna
Okay.
be, like, certain angles where there's gonna be, like, construction stuff, but it's not gonna take up the whole castle.
And I mean, there well, two things. Like, every now and they drain out the moat every now and again, and it doesn't
Right,
look super pretty. But
right.
like, it's not that big of a deal. And also, like, I get it. You want that picture, but at the same time, people want updates. They want like for
Yeah,
Epcot, for instance. Everybody's upset about all the construction at Epcot right now,
I'm
but it's
not.
like,
I'm
but we
totally fine with
wanted
it.
that.
Yeah,
Like it
construction
needed
is
that.
great.
Like everybody was complaining that it's stuck in the 80s, and then now everybody's complaining that there's construction. It's like, okay, well, you can't have it appear overnight. Sorry. Like,
Right, yeah.
as magical as Disney is, they don't have that kind of power.
Yeah, and quite honestly, the construction at Epcot, like, I've gone there a few times now with it being, like, toe up, to the floor up, and, like, it doesn't really it just doesn't really phase me very much. I don't know.
Mm.
So I'm hoping it's gonna be the case too, and the president is saying that it's going to be done by the end of summer, so it's way quicker than, the Disneyland, so that makes me think even more that this is gonna be a very, like, superficial change.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna take some coats of paint, and they're accounting for weather and such because it's
Right.
gonna be the start of hurricane season in June. So,
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so they wanna get that done. They don't wanna have scaffolding up during hurricane season, God forbid.
right.
They had
But I
enough
don't know,
trouble
I'm
with the
excited.
Skyliner.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see. Now that I know that it isn't going to be like super covered up with like pardon the
Yeah.
pixie dust and all that stuff. I'm excited to see like, will you be able to see some of the old with some of the new? Like, that's gonna be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're not getting the birthday cake, guys, so I love the side by side showing, like, people said, like, "Oh, we thought maybe it was gonna be the birthday cake again." No, guys, but I think the gold looks beautiful, so I'm hoping that, like, the rendering that they're showing on Disney Parks blog includes that pink paint, and it looks beautiful, so I'm on board as long as it's not, like, super pink, and that's the problem with not that it's not a problem with the Sleeping Beauty castle at Disneyland, it's just smaller.
So, along with this castle update, we have another update for you based on the Disney Villains After Hours. They are changing the Diamond Horse Saloon Lounge, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna take a step back. Have you ever been in there? Because 'Cause I've never been in there.
Um, I don't think I've ever been in there either.
What goes on in there? That's not where the Hoop-Dee-Doo review is. That's at Camp Wilderness or for Wilderness, right? Right? Oh god.
Right.
Yes, we have a Disney podcast. So what well, is it just a restaurant? I have no idea, I've never been in there. And I just found out they have a
Huh.
lounge, and I was like, "Holy god, there's a lounge?" But that's why I wanted to put this in the show because I was like, "I'm learning so many new things." I don't think it's like at a lounge
I'm
where you
looking
can
it
get,
up.
like, alcohol, but, like, normally outside of this thing. And while Brady's looking this up, the piece of news we're actually trying to share because I was so confused. So we talked about this in what was it, 2 episodes ago? The Disney Villains After Hours thing that's going on right now?
Yeah, I think it was a couple
Yeah, so
episodes.
we're not gonna rehash that, but feel free to go back a few episodes if you haven't and listen to a more in-depth discussion about the Disney Villains After Hours ticketed event. But there's now going to be there's a apparently there's a lounge and did the Diamond Horseshoe, which sounds like a strip club in my opinion. And doesn't it every time I like go by that I'm like this sounds like a strip club. But it has a lounge that is a saloon lounge and they're going to turn that into a villains lounge. I'm feeling it.
Okay, so I'm looking at it online right now, and I'm looking at the picture. It's in Liberty Square.
Yeah, yeah. Or Frontier
It's beautiful.
like the inside? I've
But
never
like,
been in there. I can't
yeah,
believe that. I've never been in there.
it's beautiful, but like, I don't see how this is gonna translate to a villains after dark thing. It's very Western, uh, what like Wild West saloon,
Yeah.
like it's a very I don't know how else to explain it. It's very it looks almost like a Western saloon version of the Grand Floridian. Like it's very white. There's red accents everywhere. Uh, all white painted wood. So I don't know how that's gonna
Is this the
translate.
saloon part or is this the restaurant part that you're looking at? Because I do not
Oh,
know.
this might be the restaurant part.
This is how sad it is. I've never gone in there. I will now on my trip in April make a point to just peek my head in, guys, because I guess it is kind of embarrassing that I've never been in there and I have this Disney podcast. But like this,
Well, I mean,
I just don't go in there.
we're only so many
Well,
people.
yeah, but also like I guess I don't think I see that place as somewhere to go as adults unless like you went there as a kid and it's very nostalgic for you, maybe? Question mark? Like, that could be the only reason, like, there is nothing that would drive me to go in there. I've eaten at Liberty Tree Tavern, that's really good, that's in Liberty Square. Obviously, everybody's eaten at Pico's Bill. What else?
Oh, frick
Yeah.
yeah.
So, like, I've never been to Diamond Horseshoe. This is we gotta make this a thing now because we just don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a peek at
Yeah, I'm just gonna have
least.
to poke my head in, and so I'm curious, I don't know if you're still looking at that page, but, like, is it like a lounge all the time? Because I thought there was only, like, 2 places they served alcohol in the Magic Kingdom, the Be Our Guest and Liberty Tree Tavern.
I don't know, everything on here is just it keeps bringing up just the Diamond Horseshoe, like, I don't see anything about a saloon.
Should that be the title of this episode? Is the Diamond Horseshoe a strip club in the Magic Kingdom? Probably
Right?
not.
The Magic Kingdom Strip Club?
Oh god, it just sounds like that, I can't handle it. Well, so apparently there's a saloon lounge in there, and they're having this cool little, like, lounge for you to go into. It has small bites, beer, wine, specialty cocktails. Like, that would actually make me wanna go.
Wait a minute, is it the Golden Horseshoe Saloon or the Diamond Horseshoe Saloon?
Isn't it Diamond Horseshoe?
'Cause I'm, like, just scrolling through,
Hold on, guys.
and now I'm seeing on Wiki, there's a Golden Horseshoe Saloon at Anaheim.
Oh, that might be the one that's in Anaheim. Hold on, let's pick it up. I'm going on the website right now. This is hilarious if we're getting this completely wrong. Uh
'Cause, like, all I'm seeing is Diamond Horseshoe, but I don't see anything for saloon.
Right, like, I think the saloon is, like, its own little separate business, all restaurants. Okay, guys, we're doing this live. We're doing it live. I'm on the Walt Disney World website. Which one are you on?
I was on the Walt Disney World.
Yeah, Diamond Horseshoe. It's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah, but it doesn't say anything
Oh,
about
about the
Saloon.
saloon.
Like
Oh,
it
I got you.
just
I got you.
yeah.
Ba 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 ba. Yeah, you're right.
The only one that said Saloon was the Golden Horseshoe from California.
Interesting.
Or are they turning it into a saloon? I
Maybe
don't know.
that's what's happening. Hot damn. Yeah, because I don't think they sell alcohol, it looks like here. Is there a menu? Yeah, let's see. Oh, wait, I see a glass of wine. I see a glass of wine. I see you in the picture. So I think you giving me something. Beverages, beer and hard cider. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can't, there's another location that you could get a beverage now. Learning everything today. Guys, I think it's really cool that we learn things together with you. Let me spin this and make
Yeah.
this
I
not
was
like we're
actually
not
just
idiots.
thinking about that. I was thinking about that today. Like, obviously there's a zillion trillion
Right.
gabillion things to do in these parks, and I think it's really fun that like we keep finding new things, or at least for us it's new. Somebody's listening right now going like, I can't believe they never knew that. But it's like, you
Dude,
know,
whatever. First off, you gotta be humble enough to say, "Damn, I didn't know that." Okay, so if someone's saying that to us, you need to sit down. But also
and we are like the most humble people we know. Like the
that's the
most.
truth. And, like,
We are modest
we are super
AF.
modest. We were just talking about it before we got on the episode. But also, like, that's what the main reason why the Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride in Walt Disney World. Because every single time, how old is that ride? And plus, it was at Disneyland before this. Every single time I ride that ride, and I ride it every single trip. So what is that? 4 or 5 times a year times I'm 36. I find something new every single time, and that's the beauty of Disney. I said my piece, amen.
I said my piece, amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise Mickey
I
Mouse.
dropped the biggest amount of if that doesn't get us a sponsorship, I don't know what else but it's true. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's what's so wonderful about Disney. People are like, "How do you go there all the time?" And it's like shit like this, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's still so much to see, so much to do. And like, okay, so there's 130,000 restaurants. You're not going to go for a week
Right.
period and be able to eat all of them. And then you're going to find your favorite, so you're not ever going to eat all of them.
Yeah, and I'm just like looking at the menu right now, and there is a platter for the plant-based folks such as myself. Serrano peppers stuffed with it has a plant-based stuffing, slaw, and a lemon pepper sauce with a jalapeno cheddar cornbread and your choice of two fixins. I would like that very much. I am blown away. Maybe Nick and I will go to lunch here in April. You don't know? Damn.
You don't know. You don't know
You
my
don't know my life.
life.
You don't know. Don't come and judge me.
You don't know my story. You don't know what I've been through.
Moral of the story.
Started from some nuggets, now we're here.
The moral of the story is like you always find something new, but also like there's this lounge at the villains thing, and that actually changed my mind about the whole villains event. Because I was like, because we even talked about that in that episode. We were like, oh, it just sounds so Halloweeny. Which, yes, but also
Yeah.
this is amusing to me, and I'm into it now. Oh, this was just the lunch
Plot
meal period?
twist.
Wait, what does the dinner one look like? Oh, guys, we're learning shit right now. That was just the lunch menu. This is the dinner menu, kids. What they got going on in the dinner? Oh, I think it's the same. And the
Is it?
saloon. Oh, so I think you just get the saloon feast. But do they have like a vegan or a plant-based option? I mean, the menus on here are not very
Mm.
clear, but it's cool. Anyways, we just learned something new today. I feel like I've done
Yeah, congratulations.
congratulations.
Hopefully you guys learned something new with
Yes.
us. And you're not being like, "Oh, they're
We're
idiots.
not okay. I have a college degree.
I
But
don't,
you are serving this country, and that is just even better.
and I'm starting school."
Mhm. Y'all gotta see, like, his, like, interior design work is fabulous. I'm so
It's
impressed.
just a little
I
drawing,
know, but I can't do that.
I never thought I'd do anything more than a doodle in my life, and here I am drawing bookshelves and
I know,
couches.
I cannot do that, so I'm impressed. You can learn something from everybody, okay?
Yeah! You know who we can learn from? The fellas in the Guardians of the Galaxy who are coming back for their Guardian of the Galaxy awesome party mix thing at
Segue
Epcot
for
that I
the
never
children.
watched.
Segue for the children. Right there.
And it's for you
Mhm.
all. I do this for you.
Oh, yeah, I remember when we were there last year, when we went in August, and I was fully, like, all wanted to go do this, and I don't know what happened. Was it the rain, maybe? I forget why we didn't go see it.
Probably, 'cause it was raining, like, off and on, or we were probably already drunk by
Dude,
that
we were
point.
real drunk that whole I think we were still in, like, the Japan pavilion reeling after those disgusting crab snacks.
Oh
That's the
god,
time
I
of my
can't believe
life.
I was talked into doing that.
That's all Eric's fault.
Eric!
But I'm one
Oh my
year,
god.
even though I don't even go in the summer usually, but, like, one year, I will see the Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix Live because it's so cool.
When is it coming
It
back? Like, I know it says this summer, but let's face it, the seasons at
They
Disney
don't really
aren't
make sense,
real.
yeah. So last year it came back on June 14th, but they haven't announced or it started June 14th, but they, haven't announced the dates yet because I did look into that. But they haven't announced the dates yet, but they
Okay.
were just saying that, yes, it is coming back for the summer. So it's probably gonna be, like, whenever Flower and Garden's over, I would assume, 'cause, they have all those
Oh, maybe,
concerts.
because that's very springy and then that's
Yeah.
summery, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Who
Who
knows?
knows?
So,
We
Epcot.
gonna be on Epcot for a
Epcot
while tonight, guys.
Center. Yeah, we're gonna be on Epcot for a hot minute.
The
Actually,
rest
the
of this
rest of this
episode.
episode is gonna be all about
Yeah.
Epcot. So if Epcot's not your thing, then you can't sit with us.
But still listen so we get the ratings.
But still
Just let it
listen.
go, like, you could do other things, go clean your house or something, just let it keep
Right.
running.
Epcot Center is changing its name to simply Epcot.
Yeah, exciting.
That's
That's the news.
that's news,
But like,
guys.
everybody's writing articles about it, and I'm dying laughing because also, I think it does bother me that they don't continue the legacy of the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, because that is, for those of you who don't know, is originally what Epcot stood for. That's what Walt Disney came up with. Um,
Mhm.
and it's changed over the years. So I was reading this, like, there were other names for Epcot, like actual names. Like they called it like Epcot 94, Epcot 95. Like, I don't know why they put the years on it, but they did. And then do you remember at the Millennium they like had the Epcot, like the Mickey's magic wand hand that they attached to the Spaceship Earth? Do you remember that?
I
Yeah, it
don't.
was weird. It was at the Millennium, so it was in 2000. So that I think that was before the first time you had ever gone.
Yeah, my first time at the Magic King or my first time at, Disney World was in 2009 or 2008.
Yeah,
2009.
yeah, so it was up there for a few years. I don't know how many years. It was just maybe like 2 or 3 years that it was up there for, but it was Mickey's hand and it had a wand and it said Epcot and it was like, okay. But it was for the Millennium, whatever. And then like people called it Epcot Center for a while, but I thought like it had been just Epcot for a long time because when you go
Yeah,
through the gates, like when you go like when you come in on your bus or minivan or whatever mode of transportation you're using, it just says Epcot. So I'm like, when did this change? They were saying it was called Epcot Park, and I was like, who said that? Who was calling it that? No
right.
one. But there's all this
Huh.
PR about how Epcot's changing its name to Epcot. I love stupid PR stories.
I am changing my name from Brady to Brady.
That is exactly the same thing. That is exactly what's happening here.
Like,
That is exactly what's
I
happening
mean,
here.
now if it was like how Disney or Hollywood Studios went from MGM to Hollywood Studios, that's
That's a
one
big
thing.
old change. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And then like how it was rumored to be like changing its name again to Hollywoodland.
Ugh,
Uh
I'm glad
yeah,
they decided
that's
against
another
that.
story. But yeah, it's oh my god, it's Epcot.
And they changed the
Yeah, it's been
logo. I mean, the
Epcot.
logo is a little more reminiscent of the old Epcot, like the old Epcot logo, which I love. I love the new logo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm totally on board with it. But I just thought that was really weird that they made this big announcement. I was like, "What was it calling me for?"
That's why I was like, I didn't wanna say anything. I thought Epcot Center might have been something inside of Epcot. I was like, "Okay, so they're changing something inside Epcot to Epcot,
You know
that's
what it
fun."
reminds me of? Do you remember I don't know if you know this, but, like, MTV obviously used to stand for music television, and, like, VH1 used to be Video Hits 1, right? And then now they mean
Mhm.
just nothing because MTV is not really music at all. It's all reality TV shows, right? So it's
Right.
like they just removed the music part. So I feel like that's what's happening here. That's what it like makes me think of is MTV. But I mean, whatever. I love the new logo. I'm so excited about all the changes that are coming. The construction actually doesn't really bother me because at the end of the day, I think people who are really going to Epcot, there's not a lot of like. I mean, there's nothing you can do in Future World right now outside of Test Track and Mission Space. Which can we have like a quick conversation really quickly? Um, my
Yeah.
husband went to Disney without me this week, and it was like
Which park did he go
in
to?
Epcot and spent a ton of time in Disney
In
Springs.
spite of
In spite of
us.
and also, like, listen to this. So, like, my husband and my brother-in-law, their birthdays are a week apart. So they always go on some kind of golf trip for their birthdays, which is, lovely, have a brother trip, that is great. They went to Bay Hill, which is an Arnold Palmer course for those of you who are big golfers. Bay Hill's a very famous golf course. And it's, like, literally, like, 10, 15 minutes outside of Disneyland or holy shit, Disney World. And I said, "Oh, maybe I'll come down with you guys, and as an annual pass holder, I could just gallivant to the parks. I'll meet you guys for dinner later or whatever." They're like, "No, this is a guys trip. This is like we're just gonna be golfing, and we're not even gonna go to Disney." Blah blah blah. That was a bold ass face lie. I'm telling all y'all on the internet. My husband's a liar.
He's a
He is a
liar.
liar and a son of a bitch. And he's calling me right now. I don't know if you can hear that ringtone.
Oh
I'm gonna tell him
no.
I'm recording,
His
fool.
ears are
Yeah, I know,
burning.
right? I'm recording. Yeah, so that fool decided to go to Epcot one night. It was very cold there. And they rode Mission Space a lot. And they kept telling me that they were going to Mars. And like I was making fun of them. They were like very drunk at Epcot. I was very concerned that they were gonna get kicked out. But like but moral of this entire story when I was talking about that was because the people who are generally going to Epcot now, like, are more so adults because you can't really do anything in Future World now at this point, other than test track and mission space. And like, you're pretty much just going there to eat and drink at this point, I think.
That's pretty much the only reason why I go to
I mean,
Epcot
that is really
anyway.
the, yeah,
Epcot?
Epcop, Epcop with a P.
Epcot. Epcot.
We at the Never Growing Up podcast just renamed it. Oh, they're headed to the airport. Yeah, they're flying home tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, they went to Disney Springs twice
Hope
yesterday.
his lying ass likes to walk
Oh, his
home.
bitch ass. He went to Disney Springs twice yesterday. Twice!
For
They
what?
just went there to, like, hang out first. They went there, like, during the day, and, like, they went and drank around, like, Disney Springs. They went to the Edison. They went to Marie and Enzo's. Just went all over hell,
Ooh.
and then they went back for dinner and went to the boathouse. I cannot. I literally cannot, and I know I go to Disney all the time without Nick, but also he has it's not like I never not invite him. He has the option to come with us. I never treat my friends as a third wheel. Like, everyone loves Nick, but his bitch ass decided to just all of a sudden go to Disney. I can't. I'm still upset about it. He didn't even buy me any pins, and I asked him to buy me some pins. Fuck.
What a monster.
He's a monster. I
Although
cannot.
he's there for him and his brother's birthday trip, and you're like, "Can you bring me something?"
I know,
I'm
right?
going
Like,
there
ugh,
in a month and a half, but
I'm so mad. And yeah, I mean, like, we're going in April, like the first week of April, so it's like whatever. But still, the whole time they were planning this trip, they were like, "No, we're not going to Disney. We're gonna hang out on the course the whole time. We're going to all these courses, blah blah blah." Yeah, they spent like 2 days at Disney. I literally cannot. I cannot.
buttholes.
They are buttholes. I cannot. We need to move on without even thinking about
For your re-mad.
it.
Oh, guys. Okay, so back to Epcot. We are super excited to go over the menus. We always love going through the menus and
Yeah.
talking about all the fun drinks and foods. And, now that we're in our second year, I think it's going to be really interesting if we can remember any of these from last year.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And another thing to add on to it too, if you guys have been listening, I've gone vegetarian. So, but I don't make a big deal about it. If there's something like not on the menu, like this happened to me in the airport and I needed to eat something and there was nothing vegetarian on the menu, I had to eat like meat because I'm not going to not eat. Maybe I'm a terrible person, whatever. But so what we're going to do, like we always do, for those of you who are new, um, We have not neither of us have read the menus. We read them together, so we try to make a strategic plan for ourselves when we both of us go, and then also for you guys, so you have an idea of what's the menus are, what we think about it. So I'm gonna be doing a vegetarian choice and then also a non-vegetarian choice.
Mm-mm-mm.
And sometimes the vegetarian choice might suck, and I'll be like, "You know what? I'm probably gonna get this."
Yeah, and I'm like 426,000 pounds. So if I
Shut
think it sounds
up!
good, if I think it sounds good, you guys might like it too.
Oh my god. Well, let's get started. Let's get started.
Yes.
Okay. And also, so we are reading the menus, guys, just so you're aware, we're reading them from the Disney food blog. I mean, you can get them from pretty much any resource, but I think whenever it ever comes to food, I always go to Disney food blog. Um, so that's what we're reading for. I like that they tell us if it's a new booth or if it's a returning booth. And since, like you were saying, Brady, that we could say like, "Oh, I remember this. This was really good when." Sometimes they bring back a lot of dishes, so we gonna see. All right. First one is Magnolia Terrace. It is a new booth. They have, and I've seen a lot about this one. It's the Southern Seafood Boil. It has shrimps, mussels, crawfish, potatoes, corn, and andouille sausage, grilled oysters with Cajun butter, house-made boudin two ways with spicy mustard, pecan cake with maple whipped cream featuring Burton's maple syrup because they always got a sponsor, and pecan pralines. What you think?
Mm. I do like pecans.
Or pecan, depending on who we talking to.
Also depending on what I say. I go back and
Yeah, there
forth
you
very, very fluently.
go.
Hmm. I don't know. You pick.
Well, there's not a lot of options for me here as a vegetarian, unfortunately, and I would never eat oysters in a mass-produced way, like grilled oysters. I don't care if they grilled, that freaks me out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that kinda bothers me. Even the southern seafood boil sounds really good, and that's probably what I would have tried, but it does concern me a little bit because mussels in a mass-made situation scare me as well. Um, a boudin, it has sausage in it usually, so I probably wouldn't eat that, but a sausage, they're like sausage balls.
Uh, I thought
And,
boudin was blood sausage.
does it
I,
have blood sausage in it? I knew it was like sausage,
I thought it
but it
was like
might.
just a type of sausage, like it was just blood sausage.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because blood sausage also comes up if you, like, look for it. Um, but I'd probably get the pecan praline because I love pralines, they're so good. And normally I don't get sweet foods, but I like the saltiness of the pecan, so I'd be into
Yeah.
that. That's probably what I get. That's the food. And the beverages, I forgot about the beverages. You think this was
Beverages.
my first time. Um, a Wild Heaven Beer Session Citrus Lager. These are all, like, Southern breweries. So this one's from Avondale Estates in Georgia. The Duck Rabbit Craft Brewery Amber Ale from Farmville,
Mm,
North Carolina. Parish Brewing Company Ghost in the Machine Double IPA from Broussard,
ooh,
Louisiana, which is what I would get. And you could get a beer flight of all 3, and actually, honestly, I'd probably get the beer flight because all 3 of those sound really good.
I would have to pass on all the beers.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't gotta get anything there. Oh, this is cool. So also, and they're just not just because there wasn't anything like this, they're also listing if something is plant-based is a marketing term, let's be very 'cause sometimes, vegetarian and vegan, and more so vegan, when you see something that's plant-based, they'll use plant-based because it sounds smoother than vegan sounds is a negative connotation, I guess.
Mm.
So they use the term plant-based, but there's K what KA means kid approved, and then GF is gluten-free. So this one is the Flavorful Kitchen hosted by Advent Health. This was also there last year. The grilled baby vegetables with hummus cream and red pepper coulis, which is the plant-based option. Seared Verlasso salmon with faro risotto and micro herbs, which I had last year and was very good, by the way. Strawberry mousse with chocolate crisp pearls. I mean, I would get the grilled baby vegetables on its own just sounds good to me.
I don't like hummus though. Like,
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
love 'em.
So again, I
Oh,
think
I
I
love
would
'em.
stick with the dessert on that one.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds
I
good.
love I love mousse. I am a fan of mousse.
I am too. It's very good. And the 2 beverages they have are non-alcoholic, but there's a blood orange agua fresca and a cookie butter worms and dirt. What? What does that even mean as a beverage? I don't even know.
Like a milkshake, like a
Maybe.
cookies and cream milkshake, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. They need to be clearer.
A blood
The
orange
citrus blossom. Oh,
well, I was gonna say the blood orange thing sounds really good.
yeah, it does actually. The citrus blossom, which is a returning one, lobster tail with Meyer lemon emulsion and grilled lemon. I remember that from last year. They lying to you. That thing is a langoustine. Don't come at me with that being a lobster tail. It's very small. It's most definitely a langoustine. It's very good though. Tuna tataki bowl with a spicy yuzu glaze, mango avocado and a papadum crisp, crispy citrus chicken with orange aioli and baby greens, and a citrus shortcake, orange chiffon cake, lemon curd, mandarins, whipped cream, and citrus crumble.
Hitting up that chicken.
The chicken sounds good. I would probably actually, if I choose to not be vegetarian in this booth, if I choose it, would get the tuna tataki bowl. That sounds really good. And the beverage is they have an orange cream shake and oh, this is where the orange bird sipper cup is, guys. So that's a
Ooh,
crazy thing right there. So it's going to be an orange cream shake in the souvenir orange bird sipper cup. So right away, there's this sipper cup. There's also going to be a new one. It's a B, Spike the V. If those sipper cups are there, God bless you if you want to sit in line because I won't even go in that line now. Now that I know that's there, I won't even come near it unless you really
right.
want the sipper cup. They also have an Isla Morada Beer Company coconut key lime ale. No. First Magnitude Brewing Lemon Hefeweizen, Heavy Seas Brewery Tropican and Citrus IPA, which actually Nick would like. And then an Orange Sunshine Wine Slushy, which actually could be good.
Yeah, that
But
sounds really good.
yeah. Nor Why is my cat yelling? Northern Northern Bloom, which I'm assuming is probably near the Canada Pavilion. Yeah, looks very much like that. Um Hi, okay, guys, just so you're aware, Sheila makes this weird ass meow when she wants to play with Figment.
Aw.
And so she just came up to me while I'm recording and making her crazy ass meow because it's like this real loud meow. And she just dropped Figment in front of me. Mother's busy.
Mo
Okay.
mother's busy.
Northern blue. Seared scallops with French green beans, butter potatoes, brown butter vinaigrette, and applewood smoked bacon. That sounds fantastic. Beef tenderloin tips, mushroom bordelaise sauce, whipped potatoes and garden vegetables, griddled maple pound cake with warm peach compote, and sweet corn gelato featuring Burton's maple syrup. I mean, if I'm going to go non-vegetarian here, I would get seared scallops.
I do love words are hard.
Yeah.
I do love scallops, which I just learned is a piece of a clam.
Is it? Really?
Yep, yep.
I thought it was its own thing. Oh, I didn't know that.
Scallops are like the medallion inside of a clam.
Oh, cool. Um, Beverages, they got a maple popcorn shake. That sounds terrible.
Oh my god. That sounds awful.
That is foul. Unibrow Ephemer Apple Wheat Ale from Quebec. Yeah. 81 Bay Brewing Apricot with Maple Syrup from Tampa. Collective Arts Brewing Blackberry Fruit Beer from Hamilton, Ontario. There's also a beer flight and the maple pop. You could also get the maple popcorn shake with maple rye whiskey. None of that appeals to me. Like none of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
That's a no for me. La Isla Fresca. The food here, they have the lamb curry with sweet plantains and rice, sugarcane shrimp skewer with steamed rice and coconut lime sauce, and a tropical mousse cup, layers of passion fruit cake,
Mm.
coconut mousse, and a tropical fruit glaze with fresh pineapple.
I don't know if it's just because I really want something sweet right now, but all these sweets are like really attracting my eye.
They doing it for you.
They're doing it for me.
They're doing it for you. Yeah, none of those really I would, regardless of my food situation, I would not be into those. Beverages, Tropical Freeze, which is non-alcoholic, a Golden Road
Okay.
Brewing You're the only one who can say that. Golden Road Brewing Tart, Mango Cartwheel, Wheat Ale from LA, and a Tropical Freeze with Parrot Bay Mango Rum. Oh god, none of that. What a
I would probably do that
disappointment this
last
week is.
one.
Yeah, I am not involved. Oh, here's the Honey Bistro, hosted by the National Honey Board, which P.S. Trixie Mattel helps support. If you're if you're curious, but
Oh.
yeah, I know. But this is where you can get the souvenir Spike the Bee sipper cup. So here they have a roast cauliflower and buckwheat honey carrot puree, wild rice pilaf, asparagus, honey blistered grapes, sunflower brittle, and coriander flowers. Honey tandoori chicken flatbread with white cheddar cheese, charred vegetables, clover, honey sour cream, and micro citrus greens. Local wildflower honey mascarpone cheesecake with orange blossom honey ice cream garnished with a fennel pollen meringue kiss. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I think if anything, I would probably get the and I don't even really like sweets is the local wildflower honey mascarpone cheesecake, which would give me the poops. But it sounds good.
I love cheesecake. I'm not a huge fan of honey and the
Oh,
honeycomb
really?
shape.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, is
Yeah.
it the holes? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I get that. The drink that you get in the B sipper cup is the honey peach freeze, but you could
That
also get it
sounds
with
pretty
blueberry
good.
vodka. With blueberry
That
vodka, I
sounds
am
even
intrigued.
better.
I am intrigued, kids. Sign me up. There's also a bee nectar new wave lemonade mead and a Florida Orange Groves Winery orange blossom honey wine, which actually could be good too. I like honey wines; they're good.
I went to a place in Savannah, and it was like a bee honey place, or
Oh, cool.
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
But they had like for $10, you would be able to try like all of their meads, and it was really good.
Nice. Ooh, this booth is for me. The Trowel and Trellis, hosted by Impossible Foods. So you know what that means. This gonna be a plant-based booth. They have grilled street corn on the cob with a savory garlic spread. Sounds
Okay.
amazing. Impossible farmhouse meatball with lentil spread or lentil bread, spinach, marinated vegetables, and a creamy herb dressing.
Ooh, because their Impossible
Yeah.
meatballs are
Oh, they're so
fire.
good. They're so good. And a chocolate pudding terrarium with avocado cream, matcha crumble, and baby herbs. I've seen this. It looks like a terrarium. It is very cool. I would try. I don't know if I do the pudding, but like just because I'm not.
Avocado and matcha? Like, I don't know if
I don't know.
that's for me.
But the other two sound phenomenal.
Yeah, I would
All
definitely
about
get
this.
that Impossible
Yeah.
meatball.
The beverages here, they have a bloomin' blueberry, lemon, and ginger tea featuring Twinings of London, which you know is everywhere in Disney. Playa Linda Brewing Company Tropical Wonderland Wheat Ale. I hate wheat ales. It tastes like carrots to me. It's foul. Oh, and this is cool. A bloomin' blueberry, lemon, and ginger tea featuring with the Twinings of London with Tito's vodka in a mason jar. That sounds very nice.
Huh.
I'd like to be a part of that one.
Would that be a hot tea or a cold tea, I wonder?
Oh, I'm assuming if it's in a mason jar, it would be cold,
Oh,
but I
yeah,
don't
you're
know.
right, you're right.
It does not specify, so that they should specify that. Pineapple Promenade, which is where you can get
Mm,
a Dole Whip, PS.
love pineapples.
Spicy hot dog with pineapple chutney and plantain chips and a mixed berry buttermilk cake, which actually that could be good. Let's see what they got to drink. Frozen dessert here's where the violet lemonade is. That's from they had that last year as well. Was a big deal. They have a pineapple Dole Whip with Fanta. Okay. Um, Collective Arts Brewing Pina Colada Sour from Canada. Maui Brewing Company Pineapple Mono Wheat Beer. Sweetwater Brewing Company Going Coastal IPA with Pineapple. Playa Linda Brewing Company Violet Lemonade Ale.
Ooh,
Florida, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Florida Orange Groves Winery Sparkling Pineapple Wine. And they have a Dole Whip with parrot baked coconut rum.
that's for me. But
That's
let's go back to this violet lemonade, not the ale
indeed.
one. But
Yeah, just the regular one,
I
yeah.
want to let you guys know, don't get the violet lemonade
Yeah,
confused
dude.
with the violet sake because it is not the same. They're very similar, but they're not the same. And the violet sake, in my opinion, is 326,000 times
Oh,
better.
best drink. Best drink.
Actually, okay, so my best friend Courtney went down there during the 4 day or the 3 day weekend, President's Day weekend. For military, we get 4 days. So they went down there for Valentine's Day. They went to Epcot, and I FaceTimed her because I was like, "Oh, I just want to see where she's at." This
Yeah.
girl is sitting on the steps of in Japan up towards
Ugh,
the that restaurant, and
love.
she's like, "Look, I'm just sitting here," and she showed me a side view. She's like, "And I got the violet sake. It's so good." And she starts like drinking at it, and I'm like, "Ooh, girl, you know that's 14% alcohol, right?" And she went,
Whoops.
"It's it's what?" No, because she loves like she'll get a beer based off of the alcohol percentage, not
Oh
the
my god,
taste.
really?
Yeah. So
That's
she
so
like
funny.
when we go to World of Beer, she'll like, which one's got 15% alcohol? Okay, I'll take
That's
that. So when
hilarious.
I told her about that for the violet sake, she was like, "Oh, nice."
It's so good. Yeah, just skip the violet lemonade and get the violet
If
sake.
you want the
That'll be
violet lemonade, it's always in
I mean,
stock. Isn't that
live your life.
the same stuff as the adults lemonade in Toy Story Land?
I don't know actually.
I'm pretty sure
Je
it
ne sais
is.
pas. Jard or it's sorry, this is not, France. Jardin de Fiestas. I'm terrible at Spanish. The food, they have a
Yeah, you
chili
are.
yeah. Jardin. How do you say jardin? Is it jardin? Jardin? Jardin. I don't know.
I'd
If
have
you're
to read
looking at
it.
this and you're looking at it as a French person, you'd say jardin, but that ain't this. Food is chilaquiles de pollo. I love chilaquiles. Chipotle braids, chicken and tortillas served with salsa ranchera, Monterey Jack cheese, crema mexicana, and guajillo cheese. Quesadilla al pastor, a flour tortilla filled with Monterey Jack cheese, pork pastor with grilled pineapple, salsa verde, red onion, and cilantro.
Grenadine?
No,
Oh, I thought you just said
salsa
grenadine.
verde. Oh, sorry.
I was like, "The
You're
hell
like,
are they
what?
doing today?"
Chori queso torta, bolillo roll filled with chorizo and Monterey Jack cheese, avocado mousse, and jalapenos. They all sound really good.
Yeah, I love some Mexican food.
Oh, and look at their beverages are on point. So Cruz Blanca, Rosé Spritz, effervescent rosé wheat ale with elderflower liqueur, mango Mexican Lucky Margarita, spicy ancho verde liqueur, 100% agave tequila blanco, mango passion fruit puree, lime juice applejack, and ginger cordial served with a Tajin chili lime rim. What?
Well, we all know what I'm getting.
And the Rosita Margarita, which is a rose petal liqueur, 100% agave tequila blanco, lemon and cranberry juices served with a rose petal salt rim. I've had a rose flavored drink. It tasted like I was drinking perfume.
Yeah,
No.
like potpourri.
Yeah, I think we're both on this mango Mexican Lucky Margarita
I
party.
love mango margaritas in
Mhm.
general, and then you throw tahini on it, and it is the best.
Yes. Lotus House, which is outside of China Pavilion. Szechuan spicy red braised beef shank over rice. That sounds amazing. Bonbon chicken skewer with sesame and peanut sauce. House meat crab and cheese wontons, which we know at Disneyland for one would lose her damn mind over. Beverages, Panda. She loves like wonton crab rangoons. She's such a weirdo. Beverages, Panda bubble tea, milk tea with black and white. Those boba pearls freak me out. I don't
Really?
know why. Yeah, they like upset me somehow. The Marco Boba, which is an amaretto, iced coffee, milk, and boba, Kung Fu Punch, vodka, triple sec, mango syrup, and orange juice, and a Time Out, which is Bacardi rum, peach liqueur, peach syrup, pina colada, Sprite, soda water, and magic boba. That's a lot.
Say that 10 times fast.
All the food sounds really good though.
Oh, yeah.
You can't go wrong with the China Pavilion. It's always a winner. Bound Market, Farmers Market, and I'm assuming this is right before you get to Germany. Potato pancakes with house-made applesauce is their plant-based option. Potato pancake with caramelized ham, onions, and herb sour cream. Toasted pretzel bread topped with Black Forest ham and melted Gruyere cheese. They had that last year and it's very good. Warm cheese strudel with mixed berries. I
Hmm.
probably if I probably stay away from all of that just because I'm trying to be good about this. But if I did, it would be the potato pancake with caramelized ham.
Yeah, no, that's I don't like ham.
Yeah. Here's a quick tip: don't get the beverages here. Go into the wine store in the Germany thing. Germany
Yeah.
Pavilion. It's way better. But just so you're aware, they have the MIA Brewing Hugo just from Doral, Florida, Bitburger Premium Pills, Rhineland Palatinate in Germany, Stiegel Brewery Radler Zitrone from Austria, and there's a apple Apfelschaumwein, which is a sparkling wine and apple liqueur. Yeah, skip that. Just go to the wine store. Ooh, we got here. Oh, Italy. Primavera Kitchen,
Italy.
Italia, La Regina Margarita, rustic Italian flatbread, vine ripened tomatoes, whole milk mozzarella, parmesan, and basil. So that would be your vegetarian, not necessarily a plant based option. Ravioli. Ravioli is a grilled chicken ravioli with spring vegetables and a creamy pesto sauce.
That
And they have
sounds good.
zeppoli. Yeah, that does sound good. Zeppoli, which are ricotta cheese fritters, powdered sugar, raspberry sauce, and chocolate hazelnut drizzle. I don't think any of those would the only thing I would maybe get is ravioli, but I feel like that margarita is gonna be, like, shitty Italian food, personally.
Yeah.
Go to Tutto Gusto instead.
Go to Tito Gusto, get yourself, cappuccino or espresso martini rather.
Mhm.
Those are the things I like to drink.
Yeah. The Japan, pavilion, they have the Hanami booth, which they have the frushi, which they have every year. People love it, I don't get it. But it's sushi, but it's fruit. So it's strawberry, pineapple, and cantaloupe wrapped in sweet rice and pink soy wrap, served with whipped cream, drizzled berry sauce, and toasted coconut.
Mm-mm,
No.
mm-mm.
Menchi katsu slider, Japanese style panko breaded beef patty topped with tonkatsu sauce, mayonnaise, cucumber, and pickled lotus root. In a salmon flour ikura, which is fresh cut salmon, salmon roe, spinach and watermelon radish, and a chilled ramen tossed with poke sauce. If it's gonna be like that chilled ramen that they had at the Food and Wine, no thank you.
Yeah, I
None of
don't
this
know
sounds
if
good.
any of that sounds. I'd just go up and get my
Get your violet sake and be done.
violet sake and some of the chicken cutlet curry
Oh,
and call it a
yeah.
day.
I'm not even going over the beverages because just get a violet sake. Don't be that person.
Don't be that person.
Uh, Taste of Marrakesh.
Listen to your
Harissa
parents.
Listen to your parents. Harissa chicken kebab with dried fruit, couscous salad, and cilantro oil. Fried cauliflower with capers, garlic, parsley, and chili ranch sauce. Yes. Walnut honey, walnut honey baklava. I would get the cauliflower and the walnut because I love baklava. Both of those sound fantastic. Ooh, and one of the beverages they brought it back. It's the Desert Rose. It's sparkling wine with a pomegranate liqueur. It is very good. Highly
That
recommend.
sounds. I'll just use that. I'll eat that with my calories.
Very, very good. Very good. Florida Fresh. Carne guisada with black bean cake and cilantro lime sour cream. Spicy blackened shrimp with cheddar cheese grits and brown gravy with local sweet corn relish. I think they had that last year. And a key lime tart with toasted meringue. I would get the shrimp out of all that, I think.
I'd
Although,
get
what's
the
a
first
carne
one.
guisada? What is carne guisada?
Let's look
Obviously,
it
something
up.
with beef.
Yeah,
While you're
let's
looking it up,
see.
I'll go over the beverages. They have a watermelon cucumber slushy, which is plant based. That sounds terrible. Two things I don't like. I like cucumbers, but not in drinks. Tampa Bay Brewing Company Twisted Strawberry Fest Fruit Ale. Big Top Brewing Company Conch Republic Key Lime Wheat. First Magnitude Brewing Company Monarch Milk Stout. A Florida Orange Groves Winery Key Lime Sparkling Wine, and a watermelon cucumber slushy with gin. All those drinks don't sound good.
I don't like gin, but the carne guisada is beef and potato stew essentially.
Oh, that sounds yummy. Yeah, I would probably get that then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Put it on my
Mhm.
face.
In France, they have the Fleur de Lis Pavilion per usual. They have a tarte aux oignons, caramelis, et chèvre. So it's goat cheese tart with caramelized onions on a flaky pastry crust. So it's vegetarian, not plant based. I would be really into that. The canard confit à l'orange, which they had last year, is a braised de confit, and it was very good. A tarte tropézienne coulis framboise, which is a brioche cake filled with light pastry cream and a raspberry coulis, and an eclair chocolate framboise, which is an eclair filled with raspberry and chocolate mousse. All of that sounds good to me.
Hmm. Again, I'll probably have to go with the moose.
Oh yeah, you would like that a lot. Beverages, they always have a Kronenberg, even though it's actually not a French beer. Very raspberry rosé wine with a raspberry flavor. I'm sure the French people would love to pour that for you. And they have a Bordeaux, so okay. And the La Vie en Rose frozen slushy, which is always good. Vodka, Grey Goose L'Orange vodka, Saint Germain, and white and red cranberry juice. Always good. They always have it. That's it, yo.
Boom.
Yeah, look at that. We're almost at an hour too. We did really good,
Yes, it all sounds
and
so
we
good.
both get to experience it. I'm so
We both get to
excited.
experience it, and then we can have our trip, and then compare the trips, and
Oh my
then oh
god.
gosh,
I'm so excited, guys. Flower Garden is my favorite festival. So I cannot wait to go. Cannot.
exciting, exciting! It's all so exciting.
Mm-hmm. That's all we got, guys.
Well, we will see you next week,
Yes.
and
I can't
we're getting
wait.
closer and closer to your trip.
I know. It's so close. I can't stand it. And maybe we'll also hear at Disneyland for one is going next week. So if you guys see her, obviously a friend of the show, say hi to her because she's going without me. Everyone's going to Disney without me.
My life. I'm in New Mexico, just crying.
I'm so upset.
Uh,
All
all
right,
right,
guys.
guys. Jinx. We will see you next week on another episode of Never Growing Up, a Disney Parks podcast for adults.
Bye.
Bye.